I say to you now that from this date on, I pledge myself to a new deal for the American people.
To a nation suffering from 3 years of poverty and unemployment, Franklin Delano Roosevelt's New Deal sounded good. The election of 1932 was a landslide.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. This nation is asking for action, and action now. I shall ask the Congress for the one remaining instrument to meet the crisis: broad executive power.
In the first 100 days of his presidency, Roosevelt wielded executive power like no other president in history. He regulated the stock market, made bank deposits safe, required employers to pay fair wages, brought assistance to farmers, and helped put millions of Americans back to work.
We are moving forward to greater freedom, to greater security for the average man than he has ever known before in the history of America.
President Roosevelt very consciously tried to use the words liberty and freedom to associate them with the New Deal. Roosevelt very explicitly said, we have had an out-of-date idea of liberty. Liberty has meant this idea of everybody pursuing their own interests regardless of the public good. Now we have to think of liberty as meaning economic security for the ordinary man and woman, and the government has to provide that. So liberty meant having things like the Social Security Act, minimum wage laws, the right to form unions guaranteed by the government. These were key elements of the New Deal, and they were meant to create the social conditions of freedom.
What many in the public didn't know about Franklin Roosevelt was that he was paralyzed from the waist down and confined to a wheelchair. So Eleanor Roosevelt, FDR's idealistic and energetic First Lady, became his link to the people. While he stayed in the White House, she went to coal mines and factories and workers' meetings. Then she told the president what people were thinking.
Franklin often used me to get the reflection of other people's thinking because he knew I made it a point to see and talk with a wide variety of people.
Franklin and Eleanor became a team, one of the greatest political partnerships in history.